How many times have you called your cat and he completely ignored you? You probably thought, he's just another snobbish cat doing whatever he wants. But what if I told you that, in reality, he didn't hear you at all? What many people don't know is that many white cats, especially blue-eyed ones, are partially or completely deaf, and their humans have no idea. Imagine living in a silent movie. No clatter of kibble in the bowl, no voice of your human calling you, and no sound of a car starting while you're sleeping under a wheel. Having a deaf cat isn't just a peculiarity. If you don't recognize it and know how to manage it, the world out there can become a death trap for them. But today, let's change that, starting now with the first practical secret. Secret 1. The power of vibrations. The first thing to stop doing is shouting his name and clapping your hands. If the cat is deaf, it won't help. What really works is the floor. Cats are extremely sensitive to vibrations. Instead of shouting, stomp your foot firmly on the ground or pat the sofa, bed, or table next to him with your hand. He'll feel the vibrations rising from his paws and understand that something is happening. So, less noise, more vibrations. This becomes his new way of feeling that you're coming or that you're calling him. And now that you already have a concrete trick, let's understand in 2 minutes how his ears really work and why, in some cats, they shut down. The science of hearing. We humans think we're super evolved, but compared to a cat, we're almost deaf. A cat has 32 muscles in each ear, while we have about 6. They can rotate their ears almost 180 degrees like 2 tiny radars and hear the footsteps of a mouse from meters away, or the sound of the can you open in the kitchen, even if they're on the other side of the house. Inside the ear, sound enters, travels, and reaches a spiral structure called the cochlea, filled with fluid and tiny hairs, hair cells. When sound arrives, the fluid moves, the hairs vibrate, and send a signal to the brain. Hey, something's happening! When a cat is deaf, the problem often lies precisely here. These hair cells are dead, damaged, or have not developed properly. The connection is broken, and the brain no longer receives any sound messages. The mystery of white cats. And this is where a fascinating thing comes into play: color. Have you noticed that deaf cats are often white with blue eyes? It's no coincidence. There's a dominant gene called gene W for white. It's the gene that whitens the cat. It blocks the color of the fur and often leaves blue eyes. But the same mechanism that blocks color also, in many cases, prevents the inner ear from developing properly. Simply translated, a very white cat, blue eyes, and a higher probability that those cells inside the ear won't function as they should. The statistics are as follows: white cat with non-blue eyes, approximately 17–20% chance of deafness. White cat with only one blue eye, around 40%. White cat with both blue eyes, the probability can be as high as 65–80%. Nature has linked eye color to the ability to hear. Crazy, right? Now I'm really curious to know how many of you fit these statistics. Look at your cat now. What color is it? And what color are its eyes? Tell me in the comments. Cat, color, eyes, color. This way, we'll create our own statistic below. And if you've discovered something you didn't know before, please like it. It helps this video reach those who might have a deaf cat and don't know it yet. 2. Feline sign language. Cats are incredibly visual observers. If your cat can't hear, you'll need to invent your own little sign language. When it's time for food, always use the same gesture. For example, bringing your hand to your mouth or showing the bowl in a certain way. When you come home, greet your cat with the same gesture every time: a slow blink, the famous cat kiss, or a gentle wave of the hand. If the gesture is always the same and you're consistent, your cat will associate it with the action even more quickly than a hearing cat because it relies heavily on its eyes. Golden rule: same gesture, same meaning and safety for your cat. 3. Tactical flashlight. Light, not laser. If your cat is in another room and can't hear you, especially at night, you can't call him by voice. You can use light as a visual cue. Turn the room light on and off a couple of times, or shine a flashlight on the wall or floor, never directly in his eyes. When he turns and looks at you, reward him with a pet or a treat. This way, he'll understand that the light signal means, "Hey, look at me, something good is happening." Light UN visual reminder, not a teasing game. 4. Gentle awakening. Avoid a heart attack. Never, and I mean never, suddenly touch a sleeping deaf cat, especially from behind. The world is silent for them, so a sudden stimulus can be truly frightening. So what do? Gently bring your hand close to their nose so they can smell you, or blow lightly on their fur. The movement of the air will gently wake them without causing any shock. No horror movie scares, but slow, gentle awakenings. This builds trust, not fear. 5. Absolute safety, total protection, the life-saving tip. This is the most important point of all. A deaf cat has no defenses against cars, motorcycles, aggressive dogs, or other external dangers. It doesn't hear brakes, horns, growls, nothing. The ironclad rule is this: a deaf cat must live exclusively indoors or in a truly secure yard, such as a catio or a protected enclosure. Extra tip: put a collar with a tag that says, "I am deaf," and your phone number on it. If he escapes, anyone who finds him will immediately understand why he isn't responding to calls and won't think he's wild or aggressive. Outside, maximum protection. Inside, plenty of freedom, toys, scratching posts, hiding places, environmental enrichment. He can have a wonderful life, just with a slightly different organization. Deaf cats play, purr, make a mess, and fur us just like everyone else. They just need us to turn up the volume on our visual affection a little. Living with a deaf cat isn't a limitation, it's a different experience. These cats often develop an almost hypnotic visual bond with their owner. They constantly seek you out with their eyes because you are their guide, their ear to the world. If you have a special cat, know that their silence is full of love. You just need to learn to listen to it with your eyes. Share this video. You could save the life of a white cat who's being let out because he's just fine. Subscribe and activate the bell, and we'll see you in the next video.